What's going on, guys? My name's Kyle. Welcome to Big Money Mindset 2 Rocket Fuel channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over what kind of price action we can see with NIO leading up to NIO Day. And a question I continuously get is, what are the best call options I can be playing with NIO? We're going to be taking a look into the NIO call options today to see what kind of opportunities are still out there. Once again, I want to say congratulations to everyone that signed up for the Patreon. The link is in the description. We have over 900 users inside the Patreon, and I go over call option listings every Sunday, 4 times per month before the market opens on a Monday. So be sure to check out the link at the end of the video. And only if you feel this video gives you a better insight on NIO leading up to NIO Day, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you updated daily on all the growth stocks and spec plays. There's going to be a lot of great information coming out and you don't want to miss it. Let's get into the video. On NIO's Twitter, we can verify that NIO Day will be set for January 9th, so that's just a couple of weeks out. So what I like to do when I place my call options, I like to just place the catalyst in place of the time frame of the day I'm looking at the calls just to see what kind of price action I can get in that little bit of time frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Robinhood. We're going to check out the NIO stock, just check out the 1 month chart and see what kind of price action we could potentially get in leading up to NIO Day. Alright guys, and the reason why I'm making this video is because I want other people to get the opportunity to go up big on these call options just like me. So there's no reason that anyone can't be doing this month in and month out on different companies playing call options with huge catalysts. So right now, I'm up nearly $8,300 on NIO options. I placed these options a couple of months out in that $20 range. So the stock nearly tripled to that $60 range once I placed my call options. I invested around $2 grand. These were worth nearly $20,000 plus. So we did have a good pullback, and so I just want to take a look at the charts just to see what kind of price movements we can have in the short term. And we're going to take a look at those call options to see what kind of opportunities we can find for you guys that are low risk with major upside at the same time. So that's what we're going to take a look at right now. And these call options were NIO 22 calls. Of course, these are drastically increased right now, but there is going to be more opportunities in the near future with other call options. So taking a look at the NIO 1 month chart, we know that NIO hit that, $56 high right around here. It was right around that $56 range, peak price of the stock so far this year. If we didn't have that delisting news is what set the entire stock in a downward spiral. If that hadn't happened, I believe NIO would be hovering around that $50+ range for the entire month of December. There was no reason for NIO to pull back to that $38 range we see right here. That was unnecessary. It was because of fear in the market. Everyone believed that the stock was going to be delisted. This is a 3-year compliance. We know that now. And on top of the delisting news, we have the share dilution, which is just hovering NIO right around that $40 range. So what you need to take into consideration is, what would NIO have been at if that news did not happen, okay? So in my personal opinion, if we hit that $56 high, I believe just a little pullback, NIO would have been hovering around that $50 range. So there was no reason to go back into that $38, $39 range. So now you need to take a look at what kind of price action we could see if NIO Day is a major success. So on NIO Day, they are planning to release a new vehicle, that ET7. We got locked in for sure. This is a new 4-door sedan vehicle. It's going to be their first sedan, and this car is slick, okay? This is going to get a lot of people excited. They're also going to be releasing a potential larger battery with longer distance range, so that's another catalyst. And I have been hearing rumors that are not confirmed, but there's potentially going to be multiple vehicles released on NIO Day. I don't have the verification of that news, but that's just another thing to think about leading up to NIO Day. We already know that European expansion is on the way for 2021. There's a lot of rumors in the works of expansion happening very soon. As you can see in my last video, I go over, the potential meetings that these higher ups in NIO have been having. So there's a lot of good things leading up to NIO Day with January 9th, okay? Remember, you got to keep that time frame in your mind of January 9th when you're looking at these call options. So that's going to be the next thing we look at. We're going to go through these call options now that we know that there's some catalysts with vehicle releases, battery releases, expansion. There's a lot of good news leading up to NIO Day. And remember, we shouldn't be even in these price ranges. We have the big banks, Goldman Sachs quoting us in that $60 range, Bank of America in that $54 range. So guys, this stock right now is undervalued. And don't forget, prior to NIO Day, we have December sales coming out. If this is a smash record, this is going to get people really excited for NIO Day. And don't worry, I'm going to also be going into things to look out for, with the call options, okay? I've been playing a lot of call options right now. You guys know I'm up nearly 500% on these calls, even with the drastic pullback that NIO has received for unnecessary headlines that's just been killing this stock. So I want you guys to know that call options is my bread and butter. My Patreon has been absolutely killing it these past couple of months. The Patreon has been making millions of dollars in profits. If you take a look at the link, you will see the link to my Instagram, and you can check out all of the reviews that I post from people's results that they've been having inside of the Patreon. So there's a lot of good information. Just read up on it and take a look. And you can ask me any questions you have. I'll be happy to answer them. So right now, we're taking a look at these call options, and we know that there's some December calls, there's some January calls out there, February. A lot of January calls because, Robinhood is looking to make a lot of money on NIO Day. That's why they're putting a lot of calls out there, because they want people to guess wrong. That's their whole objective of their business. They want to make money. They want you to lose. That's Robinhood's goal. So what we need to do is find a solution, to maximize the most amount of profits with the least amount of risk. So understand, NIO Day is on January 9th, okay? So right now, we're looking to be trading sideways the rest of December. That's the worst case scenario. So all of these December calls, they're going to be very cheap, guys. They want you to load up on the cheap stuff thinking you're going to, hit a home run. You want to avoid those December calls, okay? The risk is way too high, okay? These are day trading calls. You will not last long-term playing these calls. If you want to be playing call options like me, you want longevity. You want a lot of cushion, okay? Even these January 8th and January 15th calls are still very, very high risk, okay? You have to understand, there could be a potential run-up to NIO Day, leading up, January 3rd. We might see NIO Day already priced in, and then the pullback happens and the stock goes flat, for a potential week after NIO Day. Your calls are going to already be expired before it has time to recover. So you want to have cushion and you want to plan for a day trader pullback with everybody, playing puts, everyone, buying in on the news and selling puts on NIO Day. Even if there's great news, we've always seen stocks crash, and pull back on great earnings, mergers. So you got to think worst case scenario that there's a day trading couple of day pullback, and then everyone loads up for the long term. So at the highest risk level, I wouldn't play anything less than a January 22nd call. Okay, I would pay the extra premium just to get in the January 2nd, so I can get a 2-week cushion on NIO Day. You want to have that cushion, and this is the absolute most riskiest call in my opinion that I would personally play. On my Patreon, I've been non-stop recommending February, March, and April calls. Mainly March and April calls, because that's giving you a lot of cushion after NIO Day. Earnings getting smashed, European expansion for them to just keep smashing records, and more people buying in, more price targets raised by the banks. So let's just take a look at these January 22nd calls and take a look at what we have. Okay, these January 22nd calls right now, you want to play it safe, okay? You do want to play it right around that stock price. Right now we're hovering around 41. You're going to be getting this video on a Sunday, so the stock is not going to have any price movements. And I do believe all of next week we're going to be trading flat, okay? That's a good thing, because you want to buy in at the absolute worst time that NIO is looking, okay? Anything in that $38 to $42 range, NIO is severely undervalued from what we're getting from these big banks and their potential with autonomous driving, expansion. So right now, playing call options in that $40 to $42 range is amazing, okay? And these January 22nd calls are still expensive, guys. The ones I've been recommending are nearly $1,000 plus. So right now, you might want to play a slightly out of the money call. Okay, that's what I recommend to people to buy. So a $42 to maybe $44 range. Right now, NIO's hovering around $41.50. Okay, so I usually recommend, go with a slightly out of the money call. Okay, you don't want to play too far in the money. You're going to be paying extra premium. You don't want to be playing $60 calls that are just, dirt cheap, and the stock might not have that much of a jump. So if you want to make money in call options, this is what I recommend. Slightly out of the money, cushion upon the catalyst. So let's just take a look at these $43 calls. We got some solid open interest, okay, about 1,000. I play any call options over 500 open interest, okay? That's how many contracts are out there. You want to make sure that there's volume just in case you want to sell in and sell out quick. There's some good volume. We'll take a look at these 44s. See, the 44s have really no open interest. I would not personally play these. Let's take a look at the 42s. Nothing really. So as you can see, people are chasing these 43s, okay? So for January 22nd calls, you want to play the 43s. This is going to give you great short-term jump. You can always sell before NIO Day if NIO is already priced in. And also a pullback on NIO Day and a bounce back. You still have 2-week cushion on a bounce back if you want to hold, for the longer term. And personally, in my opinion, from this major pullback with these delisting and dilution news, NIO should right now be right around that $50 range, no questions asked. But the maximum amount of price movement I can see this stock have would be 40 to 70, okay? You're not going to get anything over $70. I mean, that's some massive FOMO. That's some long-term investors in there. That's day traders. $70 range, I believe, is going to be the absolute maximum we hit around January 9th, NIO Day. And I do believe what's going to happen is NIO Day is already going to be priced in because the sales numbers is going to be very solid coming out right around January 2nd because, that's December sales. They usually come out on the 1st or 2nd. I think they potentially do hit 6,000 vehicles, which I'm very excited. That's what we want to see because I've been behind this stock, guys, right around that $12 range, and I do have a lot of calls left that I can exercise at $22, and I wouldn't mind going long term with the $22 calls as well. Just that's leaving the profits off the table on the call option. So if you really got some big money you want to put up and you are believing in NIO long term, this is just a NIO Day call I'm recommending. Okay, understand. Robinhood wants you to lose. They got the January 18th, the 15th, the 22nd. You don't want to be playing anything December, anything early January. That's super high risk. This is the best call I recommend if you don't have a lot of money because these are still about $600. Of course, if you don't have the money to play these, you're going to have to go a little higher. But if you got big money, a lot of people in my Patreon, are longer term investors and they are playing longer call options for cushion because we want that longevity. I do recommend, April or May right now. The April calls are very solid. I believe they're right around 1,000. Boom. Told you guys. Right around 1,000. $42 call. I've been recommending 45s right now just because NIO was a little bit higher. But right now you do have opportunity to get in a little bit earlier on these call options. Right now, the 45s got 2,000 open interest. This gives you almost 4 months for this stock to make some crazy jumps. And I've been having a bullish statement on NIO. I think, by April, they're going to be seeing that $100 price tag if they continue to smash sales and these newer vehicles released are just hitting out of the ballpark. So even though this is a $1,000 investment, you have tons and tons of cushion, guys. This is the same thing I did for my earlier calls. I was buying in when the stock, was having a setback. Flatline around 20, that's what you want to do. You want to buy when nobody's buying, when everyone's scared to buy. That's the best time. You don't want to chase and then play a call option after it's ran up 20%. So this is just what I recommend. This is what I recommend on my Patreon, guys. And guys, this is my VIP website. I had a previous channel before. This is my second YouTube channel. So I've been doing this for a while now, and people have been having great success. We got almost 947 users right now inside of the Patreon, and people are very pleased. Go check out the link to the Instagram, and you can check out all the feedback that people have been having. I do weekly call options every Sunday, so those are going to be coming out when you see this video as well on the Sunday. So there's a lot of great information there, and you guys will learn a lot, I promise you. But take into consideration of all the knowledge I gave you on playing call options in the short term for NIO Day, I guarantee you, you will have a lot of success. Even if you do not plan on playing NIO calls, it should give you some great knowledge on what to look for, especially with those day traders out there. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this video for you, and only if you feel this video gave you a better insight on NIO and NIO Day, where they're headed in the future, or any knowledge on call options, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be keeping you updated on all the growth stocks and spec plays in the near future. There's going to be a lot of great information and you don't want to miss out. This is Big Money Mindset. I'm Kyle. You have a great day.